Hi everyone, I'm Sheil with Hempitecture, and today we are joined by one of our largest investors in our current crowdfunding campaign, Lamont. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
So Lamont is super accomplished. You have done some incredible and transformative things in education. You currently run a operation and leadership training consultancy, working with municipalities kind of across the country. Basically you who I want to be when I grow up. So you had not heard of Hempitecture prior to this fundraising campaign?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so if I may take a step back. In 2022, we launched our first fundraising campaign. And the promise there was to bring sustainable manufacturing to the United States, specifically in thermal and acoustic insulation. We delivered on that promise, and when we closed that round, we were able to build a 33,000 square foot facility in Jerome, bringing eco-friendly materials to the space. Fast forward to 2 years, and we opened up a second round for our crowdfunding. And then that is when we met Lamont. So Lamont, talk to me a little bit about kind of your prior investment. Have you ever participated in a Reg CF? Just talk to me a little bit about kind of what your experience is.
Yeah, great question. No, I have never participated in anything like this at all. I've always wanted to invest, didn't feel comfortable, didn't feel confident, and quite frankly was looking for the right opportunity. And so I was happy when I heard about this opportunity and was excited to jump on board.
So why did you want to take that leap into early stage investing when you've never had any prior kind of investing experience?
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of people, investing can be challenging and scary. For me, I believed in the company. I believed in what it stood for in terms of what it was trying to do with sustainable manufacturing and for homes, but also I believe in people. And so knowing you, Sheil, as a leader in the organization, even having the CEO reach out to me after I did make my investment, just demonstrated the people connection that I think is so important.
I think, so you raised a bunch of really cool points, right? And so I think there's a huge cohort of investors that are, or people that are thinking about investing in Hempitecture, not quite sure because they've never participated in something like this before. So I've got actually a couple of great questions from our community that I'd love to ask you that I also think will be really helpful with our community as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so firing off, what aspect of our impact and innovation resonated with you the most?
One is just that it's green focused, and so the idea that you are trying to, from what I understand, manufacture products for the development of homes that is healthy, that is better for the environment, is something that really resonates with me. The fact that it's a small organization that's growing, I always like small businesses and what they stand for. So the focus on having a small organization that's growing and making such an impact is something that really appealed to me.
Was the Reg CF investment process easier or more complex than you kind of experienced?
Much easier than I could have anticipated, and I really appreciated the process, the information that I had, and what it took to execute. Very, very simple.
So you've never heard of WeFunder before, right? Or
I've heard of it. I'd never used it. Never looked
it.
into it. No.
Got it. Cool. Okay. So what excites you most about being an early investor in Hempitecture? I know it might be a little bit redundant from what you said earlier, but what are you most excited about?
I'm excited that when the company maintains and grows its success, I get to be a part of it. That's one. From a financial standpoint, obviously I'm making the investment, hoping to have a positive impact for my family, but also what the company stands for and what it's trying to create. For me to be able to help support that is something that gives me a lot of kind of pleasure and just excitement.
Very cool. Have you shared your investment with people in your network, your family, and if so, what was their reaction?
Sure. So my wife, we have talked for years and years about investing. Again, like I said before, neither one of us had a lot of confidence in it. When I told her about this opportunity, she was very excited and jumped on board. I did talk to a couple friends who were also very, very excited and are considering their own investment once their own financial capital permits.
Yeah.
But this is one that, again, I felt really confident in, and really excited to see how we move forward.
So, I mean, investing is hard, being patient, kind of
Yes,
to wait for an
yes,
investment
yes,
to turn. How would you describe as success metrics 5 years from now?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned patience because, you know, I went into this knowing that this is a growth process, right? And so I have to be patient, and it could be multiple years. And so you asked about 5 years. Ideally, 5 years down the line, the company is growing, is continue to be very successful, and obviously I have, you know, some kind of return on my investment that allows my own family to be that much more financially secure, gives me that much more confidence in not just investing, but investing in a company that I believe in. And so those are things to me that would indicate success.
So actually, I wanted to ask you another great question from our community. What advice would you give someone considering investing in Hempitecture? So you talked about obviously your personal journey. Talk your expectations in 5 years.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone?
I mean, I guess one thing I'd say, I mean, do your research. And so do your research. You want to feel comfortable and confident, and reach out. And one thing I've always felt that, you know, you built trust with me by being able to answer any questions I had, and I appreciate that kind of that customer service, if you will. And so reach out if you have questions, and move forward. I think it's a great opportunity, and you should see it for yourself. And so I think that's the kind of advice that I would give.
Cool. You heard it from Lamont first here, guys. Lamont's hot take. Thanks, buddy.
You got it. No, I appreciate the opportunity, and hope that my few words can be helpful and inspirational for those interested.
You'd be surprised because, like I said, there are so many people that are kind of teetering. What do I do? Is this a company I should invest in?
Sure.
I've never invested before. Why should I start now?
Yep.
And I think, you know, what's really cool about WeFunder is that you can invest $50 if you wanted to, or you can invest your entire life savings if you wanted to, right? And still, you're still part of something that hopefully will grow over the course of the next couple of years.
Yeah.
For everybody that is interested, our WeFunder campaign is still open for the next couple of weeks, and only for the next couple of weeks. It's our last public offering. You can go to wefunder.com/Hempitecture to join. For those that have already committed your reservations, make sure that you log into your portfolio and fund it before the round closes in a couple of weeks so that you are fully committed and your participation is guaranteed. Please reach out. We're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. You can find us on a couch somewhere sitting on in Denver.
Somewhere.
And we'll be there. Lamont, thanks so much for coming on. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, have a good one.